Hey everybody, welcome to McKellar Motivational Monday, or McKellar Monday Motivation, whichever you like. Welcome everybody, come on in. Today we're going to be talking about something that you can do that will help you to feel your power and help you therefore re-energize, because when we feel our power we get energized. At least I do. I think you guys probably do too. If you think any of your friends or followers would be interested in this, please take a moment to share. Just tap, hey Joel, hey Scott, take a moment, click on the number of viewers, and it'll give you different options for how to share. And I will do shout outs to people who are sharing. It is so hot, I'm like seriously sweating. Thank you, Joel, for sharing. Hey Ramos, thank you, Timothy. Hey guys, welcome everybody. And by the way, we'll be bringing our Facebook friends in a minute. Thanks, Mimi, Lightsaber. Is that like lightsaber? Julia, hi Julia. David or Santos. I'm not going to Dancing with the Stars tonight. I went last week. Thank you, Julie, Blue Line Editing, Ashrat, Selena, MKF. Thank you all for sharing so much. Thank you, Style and Jess. Thank you, Moondog. There's a lot of numbers. That's not your phone number, right? I hope. Austin Powers, Serena B. Dickerson, Dr. Net, Cyber Chris. Thank you, everyone, so much. So let's go ahead and what happens when you share is I do a shout out. Thanks, Mayu and Dr. Net. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Fordros. All right, I got to cut it off. I'm going to go ahead and invite our Facebook friends. I know it's Dancing with the Stars drama, true. Hey guys, welcome to McKellar Motivational Monday. I am simultaneously periscoping and doing Facebook Live at the same time, and I'm using my big Archon Mounts dual broadcaster that they gave me, which basically just holds my iPad and my iPhone, so I don't have to be doing this the whole time, which I used to do. It's very challenging, but it's nice not to have to do that. So today's topic, every week, as you know, on McKellar Motivational Monday, we talk about some trick, some little thing, something to think about, a quote, something that helps us lead happier, more fulfilling lives. Because we all have so much power inside of us and we just don't always access it because of so many reasons. There are distractions in our life. We get bogged down. We feel upset about something. We don't see the full picture. So thanks, Julia. Hey Ed, Darian, Davis, hey guys on Facebook. I don't tend to do as many shout outs on Facebook because I don't really know how that works with sharing. I don't think it tells you when they share. You can't hear anything, but you guys can hear me, right? So today's trick is how to feel your power. Here's what has worked for me and what I see working with my son even. So he's 6 years old. Sometimes he gets really frustrated about not being able to do something, whether it's tying his shoes or hitting a baseball correctly, whatever it is, he'll get frustrated, right? He gets mad and he's down on himself for it. What has worked, and he has very active imagination, so even if he pretends something, it seems very real to him. And I will ask him to pretend that he's explaining this very concept, whether it's tying a shoe or the baseball. I'll ask him to pretend he's explaining how to do it to his little niece, his little cousin, my niece, Cricket, or a little friend of ours named Calvin, who he loves, who's like a baby. And he suddenly gets patient with himself. He does it. And he feels important because he's helping somebody else. He's got the power to help them, and he's doing it, even though it's only all in his mind. It's amazing to me to watch this. And it's a lesson for me and for all of us. When we help other people, and I was at a charity event this morning, which is part of what prompted this, we realize how much potential we have to do good in the world. And when we are feeling frustrated because we're not doing what we want to do in our own lives, when we do stuff for other people to help them in their lives, and Deepak Chopra talks about this concept too, we feel our power and that fuels us. It energizes us and allows us to do more of the stuff that our goals that we were trying to work on before. Sometimes it'll help to redirect our goals. But yes, Chopra is awesome. Thank you, Sean. I think it is a good strategy. It certainly has worked with my child. And have you guys experienced this yourself? I'd love to hear any experiences that you've had, something that helps you when you're like your favorite way to help others that makes you feel energized. Some people will volunteer at a soup kitchen. Some people, there's a charity I love called My Stuff Bags, where we build bags of stuff for orphan kids who literally have nothing of their own, and we're building them bags. We put in the time and the effort. I donate to them every year, and I go and I'll do their stuff-a-thons. It feels so good to do that. Hey Archon, I'm using the amounts right now, which I announced. I know the coupon's only 10% now, but if you want to use the Danica coupon, it'll still work. But yeah, no, this is helping me be hands-free, which is awesome. Please talk about Trump. I'm not going to talk about Trump. I don't want to spend my time that way. So anyway, I would love to hear you sponsor a family in the Philippines. That's wonderful. You have your son has formed autism. Okay, and your son helps him. That's beautiful. Children's Hospital defects. You donate. That's wonderful. Used to volunteer at a nursing home. You know, my grandmother, she was 99 when she passed away, and she appreciated every single time I came to visit her. And I know I was family, but I know that she would appreciate if anybody had come to visit her. I think as we get older, we learn to appreciate things more. And so I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm a big fan of that. Majority of the time, people just want to be heard, so you're a good listener. That's a great idea, Jimmy. That's wonderful. You help your son with his homeschool and try to stay patient? Yes. Well, any parent has a challenge staying patient sometimes. Air date for my new movie. Okay, so I'll talk about that in a moment. Yes, listening is important. Anyway, I would love you donate to Goodwill. And donating is wonderful. Putting your time, putting your man hours into it and seeing the effect that you're having on someone else is so rewarding. And I recommend it highly, especially if you're feeling stuck in your life. Help somebody else, whatever it is, and please tweet me about it. Tell me about it. I'd love to hear. Do like hashtag Motivational Mondays or something, so I know. I missed it. I missed the troll. But tweet me and let me know so that I get to hear what you guys have done. Especially if you thought it was inspired by this, I would love to hear about it. Where can you donate your time in LA with kids? You know what? That's a great Google search to do. In fact, will you please Google that and then send me a link or tweet me some ideas about it? I would love to hear that because that's a great question. Depends on how old your kids are, I'm sure. I've got a 6-year-old and yeah, volunteered for Meals on Wheels. That's great. My Twitter is the same as all my social media. It's just Danica McKellar. Yeah, I've got a 6-year-old and I'm going to start bringing him to the stuff-a-thons, I think, so that he can start seeing what that's like. They're tough to schedule sometimes. We might have to do a private one, but whatever you can do to involve your kids early on, that's also doing a beautiful thing, which is teaching them the importance of giving back and how good it feels. It's not just about giving back. It's about energizing ourselves because we are all on this planet together and we need each other to survive. You volunteered 100 hours this summer at a kids performing arts school. Wow. I am looking at another camera, John. I've got Periscope here, and I've got Facebook Live here. And I'm using Archon mounts as a dual broadcaster mount to help me do that. So, I never get the... There we go. I got one of them. Google just said St. Jude's. That's a charity for children. I wonder if they give opportunities to volunteer with your children. You taught Taekwondo for free? That's amazing. Google said St. Jude. Well, St. Jude is an amazing charity that helps kids with cancer. In fact, I was a spokesperson for them for a long time. They did something called a mathathon. And so kids would do math problems in a workbook and get points, just like a marathon. They would get people to sponsor them per math problem instead of per mile. And I used to do a bunch of PSAs for them. Great, wonderful, wonderful institution. I got a chance to go on a couple tours of the facilities in Memphis, I believe, a long time ago. Research, here I come. And I would love to hear any ideas you guys come up with for, because I want to involve my son, who's 6. He's old enough now to do stuff. I want to involve him more in charity work. So, all right. So we've talked about that. Now just briefly, look at me, I'm sweating. It's so hot right now in Los Angeles. It's crazy. So yes, so television. Yes, I am doing more television, Will. Someone asked me what the air date is for my next movie. It is a Christmas movie called My Christmas Dream, and they are talking about airing it November 19th. I'm not sure if that's completely final yet. It is before Thanksgiving, but Hallmark Channel, which is where it's airing, is actually starting their Christmas movies the weekend, 2 weekends before. They're starting, I think, October 28th, that weekend, so even before Halloween. Because Hallmark knows how to do Christmas, and it's never too soon to start Christmas. They even do Christmas in July. I love Christmas movies. I'm a big fan of it, so I think it's going to be great. November 19th is when we are looking to see My Christmas Dream. Yeah, of course, Jimmy. Yes, people are sometimes not appropriate, but you just have to roll with the punches. Not let it get to you too much. Oh, happy birthday, Rolando. So I said everything I wanted to say. If you guys have any other questions, you want to talk about other stuff, I'm looking forward to seeing your tweets about what you are doing with this idea. City's Resource Fair. You helped fill 200 backpacks with school supplies. I love that. Some people are self-centered. We're all self-centered. We live in a society that promotes self-centeredness. So we just have to know that and work to do it anyway. Work to be involved anyway. Keep binging Young Justice. Yes. Oh my gosh, what am I dressing for Halloween? I haven't decided yet. I haven't thought about it, actually. I've thought about the fact that I haven't thought about it. That's as far as I've gotten. Deborah, I think they do make Halloween movies. I'm pretty sure they do. I think they do. I think they did last year. But Halloween's not as really a sit down and watch a movie kind of holiday like Christmas is. Was I crying? I think I missed. Thank you, AR Guitarist. I cry in the movie a little bit, My Christmas Dream. You know, sentimental kind of tears. It's like a very sweet movie. It's funny, too. I had a fun time. Well, a lot of you guys were kind of with me while I was shooting it. I did a lot of periscoping and Facebook living from there. Late nights. We were shooting the graveyard shift for My Christmas Dream. Yes, Luso King. Yes, I was on the Wonder Years many, many years ago. And I'm grateful that I haven't changed that much and people still seem to recognize me for that part. It's all good. Thanks, MD Walls. Thanks, Jack. Well, we're all self-centered, but that's just the world we live in. So you got to deal with what you have, and we're doing, make the best of it. George Wendt is actually in a different movie that I shot for Lifetime. That movie is actually a sequel to The Wrong Woman, which is a movie I did on Lifetime 3 years ago. We have no idea what the air date is for that. It's probably going to be December or January, but we don't know. I will let you know as soon as I find out. Oh, thank you so much, Tony. My favorite Christmas tradition. Doesn't it seem a little early to be talking about it? I know I'm talking about my Christmas movie, but it seems early to be talking about Christmas traditions. My makeup. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I did this makeup. I've also sweated most of it off. I did makeup for this morning for the charity event that I did. And by the way, that charity event, it's for Together One Heart. It's the name of the charity. And it's a charity that nobody likes to think about. I mean, what it's doing. It's helping to combat human trafficking. So, modern day slavery. Mostly girls and young women being sold into slavery by their families. Horrible, horrible things that are going on in the world that we try not to think about, including myself. So I decided, I'm going to go to this and just sort of deal, because if I can't even get myself to go to an event because I don't want to think about how horrible that is, that's not cool. That's just not cool. Then how are we going to solve it? So go to togetheroneheart.org if you can and check it out. Maybe donate $5, anything you can, or see if you can get involved somehow if you've got the stomach for thinking about that type of issue. I'm not a coffee drinker on Busting Lips, so I don't have a favorite Starbucks drink. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I did a little bit more about the charity thing on Instagram stories and Snapchat as well. And by the way, I'm completely, was I scared for Ryan Lochte at Dancing with the Stars? A little. It was very surreal. I talked about this on a previous scope, not on Facebook Live yet, but when I was I was at Dancing with the Stars for the premiere, and these protesters came out and they had these t-shirts on that said Lochte with a big red circle on the line through it, and they were like, he's a liar, and it was like, my mom and I were sitting right there, right behind Alfonso Ribeiro actually, and front row seats basically to this. The guy was like walking out, and we're like, is this part of the show? Is this a joke? But it seemed like a weird thing to make a joke about, and sure enough, the security guards came and knocked the guy to the ground. There were two of them. It's crazy. So I was never really afraid for him because it was all moving so slowly, kind of like in slow motion. It's all good. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me on McKellar Motivational Monday. I will see you very soon on the Dana Cam. You guys are awesome. You are the D Squad, and I really, really appreciate all your follows, all your shares. I love coming and hanging out with you guys at least once a week. I try to do it at least, I definitely always do it Monday, and then sometimes I do it through the week as well. And I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day and have a fantastic week. And remember what we talked about, and please send me the ideas that you came up with to help to give back and how that energizes you. Okay? Mwah! Bye.